Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
My sword!
Axe strike him into the fire!
Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Hey, yeah!
Time to act. outlines your fate.
Booba, get them!
No, my sword!
Out of the frying pan!
Ad Astra Abbott recently.
The Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
And I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently,
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. The sacred Sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. Good. Then you can see that...
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes. And they are already taking action. Their main priority is to... The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. You have our deepest gratitude. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Hound appearances have been recently reported.
Relax. We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra Abbas.
Oh, you restaurant? That place.
They're attacking Sacred Sakura! Stop them!
By royal decree! Time to... Rain outlines your fate.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Let the show begin.
Get back!
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryu Commission needed help! Come on, Traveler, you
Let me weave you a verse.
Torn to oblivion!
Shogun? Wait, no. Could also be A.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them. That was amazing.
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some...
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being I considered this matter worthy of my attention. If the Shogun, rather than I, were to discover them...
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, but rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura.
A disaster?
Yes. 500. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland, the monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil. And the rift hounds were their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber powerful on your team Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to... This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
I hope we find long-lost ancient literature.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's... Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the... What?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this.
What happened here? Could you tell...
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, we will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They are merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! There's no time. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we—
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the show. You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as— Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was that the sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. An entity formed purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley line.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago. Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others— The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all. But my friend, Kitsune Saigu, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the—
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible—
Hey,
Yes. For the longest time, all my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, but after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse moving forward inevitably invites further loss. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, all those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping— As Inazuma's god, it is high time I— Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you, and all that you did.
he's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on.
As expected, there are a load of Rift Hounds here too!
Leave them to me.
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your...
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area...
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun! The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about... Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
Furuyama? Is that you?
Halo, tes. Ada suara.
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon?
Halo.
I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master, and though blind,
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, after all, it's...
What should we do?
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already... And now the Almighty Shogun is here. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to? People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on
halo,
stems
ada
from a
suaranya nggak?
feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her, one thing she always... So you see, as bleak as things...
perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the Almighty Shogun for the last. But I suppose it does. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But if... Oh, good. The Almighty Shogun. One moment, I'll just... Really? But it's always been right by my side. I couldn't possibly...
Don't worry about it.
Almighty Shogun.
This place is... Leave it to us.
But I can't decide what...
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now. But at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much. and it makes Paimon so sad.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
Destiny has brought me hither.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest.
Be at ease.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to...
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, he may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns. But he always acted as the philosophy of...
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. They are similar, but not when you came charging. Now, it seems like she was
Wow.
Makoto saw an ambition. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something...
That's...
To put it simply, I didn't understand. I suppose what it comes down to. Yes, but in the last
Do you feel your
You have already witnessed my... But now... I no longer cling to what was lost.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your Excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the almighty
It's all good, sir.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama wait.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon? He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he? So, we didn't...
The information...
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've watched Furuya. The tea is ready. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. You're right. I've been reminded back at the the events of 500...
She died in that...
Yes. Unlike me, but this time... Yes. She had already... It was there. Why did she... It was there, and...
That's...
When I returned to Inazuma... That's exactly what everyone back then... No one questioned. In the end, with the help of the...
This is all really hard to understand.
Yes. I once told... But even the... And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced...
Sister, you mean to say...
Based on what we've...
I'm sorry. And so... I'm...
Oh, well, boy.
With this last cup... Thank you.
We should go. What?
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last. Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey!
There is no escape! Shine down! Illusion!
Are you alright?
I'm fine. There is no escape! Illusion shattered! My apologies.
Don't worry about... We'll deal with the monster. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency? We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, man. They're coming.
Don't! It's too...
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were...
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the...
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have... If the Almighty Shogun...
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the...
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your back.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Let the show begin.
Oz, reveal thyself! Ring cutter! Get back!
Let's dance.
By royal decree...
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you, all.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You fought phenomenally. It was true. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds that quickly escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City and regroup with the General's forces as...
When everyone sees the Almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what are you guys gonna...
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them get any further. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our...
Just leave it to us. Fighting is... But the Almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the time. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will all...
Oh, thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I shall...
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your... With you leading us, we will claim back...
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, you could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memories held in the... But even so, they are due a resolution.
Well,
Thank you for your comforting words. I used to think but what Inazuma... Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do... Yes. As the Raiden...
well said.
Change will, no matter how long it takes. Now that we've dealt, I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro Commission.
Alrighty then, let's... He looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place right now, huh? She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her. Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up!
looks like the situation. No need. I need to go to the
Why? What's in...
a battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past. We're finally here.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
This is a place I once sealed off with my... It looks like...
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Where are we go? Paimons! Whoa. This place... Look! Look over there! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that...
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe but have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you We are both warriors. And the dialogue we must now have.
Wait! The atmosphere in here just took a turn for the worse! Are you alright now?
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile. But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not the Haze showdown with the Shogun?
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the man. I would not try to change her. If it
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just want the best for Ina.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the It inherits A's pain. The pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion. Determination, courage, love, hatred. All of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni Maiden was cut down and disgraced. Until your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Illusion shattered! This ends now. Absurd! Torn to oblivion! The eye sweeps the lands! Shine down! Inferior. Illusion shattered! Inazuma shines eternal! Lightning falls on the land of eternity! There is no escape! Evasion is futile. Inferior. Be gone! The eye sweeps the lands. Shattered. Shine down. Now you shall perish. The teaching and sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Thunder. Absurd! There is no escape! Shine down! Torn to oblivion! Pathetic. Weak. The divine light that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Stillness transcending. Shine down. Be gone! Now you shall perish! There is no escape! Inferior. The eye sweeps the lands. Illusion shattered. Only emptiness awaits.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, she was built to resist erosion. Her will is strong.
Then, does that mean this is gonna...
Maybe. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change. And this is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many times, 500 years ago, humanity proved their strength. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old sakura tree. So it is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true, I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath during my absence. I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun to keep on doing... She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times, and has a history of rushing and... What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. And then she might never leave again! Yeah, we should help her out, like we did last time! The quicker she gets through this, the better. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win the... Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there! Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore! Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice! Don't feel Paimon now! Okay, maybe? Oh, you're right. Paimon nearly forgot about her. Who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm plane thingies more than we do, but there's no one else we can turn to. All right, up the mountain we go.
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech, do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase. The sheer audacity.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's A. She...
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a impossibly stubborn. jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable, presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities. Yes, that sounds like A all right. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose, for sure!
Aha, you're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura, and from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of euthymia.
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space. Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. First things first. Follow me to. Now then, I always have my to the outside. In other words,
So, it's...
yes, no, everything is turbulent. This is precisely why.
What? Alright, well, Paimon.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
You... Paimon's had it up to here with both of you! Oh, fine! Paimon's coming too.
Oh. Well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your way. I say. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being Well then, the door's open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Nico, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Get to work. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not changed at all in all these years? This is a duel to remember. It is as if we over countless battles. Not what had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. for your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration too. You bring honor to the title of... Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? So you're finally willing to... Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and... Yes, you have endured. I will endure forever. Witness the final calamity! The will I carry within me will never be eroded nor destroyed. Illusion shattered. Inferior. Eternity is in my hand. There is no escape. This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and I underestimated your spirit. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future, and you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, and whenever I think of this, I feel the blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to... I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to this power is beyond the... This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands. I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. It was at once a familiar feeling, and a strange one. Makoto barely wielded a blade in her life, and yet, her blade brings me closer to her. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from this day forth. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today on, Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Like what? You truly have... I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will... But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like... Do you say this? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces.
Makoto?
I'm so happy. You've come so far. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released.
A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me. But... you never mentioned this to me. Everything happened so... I've always felt terrible for having to entrust. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you. A little at... Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long but I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. Don't look down on it. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Here, take it. But it is you.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity,
A place where time is perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition...
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
I know what you mean. Perhaps a higher power really was involved in all of this. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all. Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would.
I know you've always you've tried in the past to prove.
No. But I understand why now. It was because the sacred sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred
Ugh.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving, and obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind. At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the flow of turbulence.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final?
I thought that the flow of time. My first thought was, has a great but you too have my. My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotion. After all,
I only heard her voice. I'll be fine. I have to say, it's all thanks to her. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to
Thank you.
today at Makoto and you.
It's rare to hear such comforting words.
Oh, come on.
Makoto's.
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify? Actually, no. Forget that.
We will have to end the frivolities there. The Shogun and I, after that,
Really?
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking for... Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
I keep watch. You leave, you call me.
By the protection of the
We have put it. If you ever have any questions about